it's best I explain maybe a bit, then we continue with the notes. No problem, I'll do that. It's my explanation now. I'll do that because I'm not happy seeing you in this mood. Like I've not seen you in this mood in a long while. I don't know. Except for that day you wrote that behavior modification exam that some of you were very angry. She didn't teach us chaining. Now I'm seeing chaining. What are we chaining and all of that? But I beg you, let go, I beg, yeah? But I don't agree. Thank you. Okay, for week 5, I think that's what we have for today. Sorry? No, that's of theories and therapies in counseling. Theories and therapies in counseling. What's that? We've not done, we stopped at humanistic, right? Humanistic approach. Then now, no. You know, I did not teach you for last week. So, what's there is this. I'm going to talk on the one we have for last week, which we missed out. And I'll do a voice note on that of today's topic. Is that better that way? I'll send the 2 notes. But this woman here, know they feel fine, no. So I want to control my stress level so that I'll not break down. I didn't come with the note today. So let me just explain. So for behavioral therapy, when you hear the word behavioral, it has to do with your actions. When you hear behavior, and somebody comes to tell you, I don't like this lady's behavior. What's that? The person's actions is what that individual is referring to. So when you talk about behavioral therapy, it's just the ability of the therapist to reform or transform or help that individual change from the maladaptive behavior to a suitable behavior. That is what that theory is talking about. So when you hear behavioral therapy, it's all about the maladaptive behavior being corrected by a therapist, by a parent, a caregiver, or anybody, being corrected from the negative to the positive behavior, which is acceptable, generally acceptable by the society, by everyone. Like this morning, before I started coming to school, I know I dropped money on my bed. I said, let me just prepare breakfast for the children. As I wanted to get ready for this class, I checked, I didn't see the money again on my bed. You know, but I know I kept it close to my glass case. One thing that came to mind, I said, these children, they don't start to steal. I don't know if you get the point. So I started thinking about it. I said, if I catch that person who don't collect my money, let them go to school and come back first. That was the narrative. I started thinking, I said, who must have taken this money? Without telling me, oh. Only for me to enter here, I opened my glass case, I saw the money. And that is why it's not good for one to be quick when it comes to dishing out words. You'll be talking anyhow, causing nuisance. Onyoshi, you know the thief Abi. I'll send it to Reverend Father to conduct deliverance. I'll send it to my pastor, Daddy G.O. And when that child is crying, telling you innocently, mommy, I didn't steal your money. I did. You know, when they won't tell you truth, then go carry eye like this, pour you inside your eye. And you'll be like, nah, evil spirits. This, I talk say he steal my money. He dey shine eye for me. But that child is trying to be truthful, telling you, this is not me. But what if you have a child that steals actually, that smokes? The behavior that you know that generally is something that is not acceptable. You can't boldly tell people, as you can just say to your friends, my pikin write jambo, he scored 395. You cannot just come to somebody, your friend, and say in passing, my pikin failed jam. You will hide it to a reasonable extent. If you have a son that steals, you will not just come openly and say to your people, follow me, thank God, though, my pikin don't dey thief. Do you get? So these are behaviors that we don't really subscribe to. It's not something you like mentioning. You may even go as far as tagging it to be your own family secrets. My husband, they sleep with our house girls where they house. You hide it. You will not make it open. Even if you know, or people are telling you that your husband sleeps with your maid don't tell them, say, your husband, they sleep with him for night. Even when you come out to go night duty, they sleep with your maid. What will you do? You will not expose your husband, even if that is what he does. You will have a way of covering him outside. Idiot, who tell you? Aproko, woo! When you get home, you will now deal with your husband very well, if you have the energy to do that. So behavioral therapy, generally, is the ability of the therapist to manage an individual that exhibits a maladaptive behavior, transforming it to what? Something acceptable, something positive. That's my own way of explaining behavioral therapy, so that tomorrow, when you see it in your exam, you'll be able to explain it at least before you now give us the definition that you know. So looking at it, this therapy focuses on changing maladaptive behaviors through various techniques. You don't just change it. How do you change it? Is it to carry wrap and cover the child and the behavior is transformed, or carry broom? Some will say manual deliverance, they use cane to flog, and that ends it. But it's not so. We have techniques that we use. Focuses on changing maladaptive behaviors through various techniques. You know, these techniques that we are talking about will help you, even when you have children with special needs, you know how to manage them. Funny enough, that boy that would always blow me, he is now my best friend. That he could just, you know, he is non-verbal, like I keep telling you. Yesterday, after the session, I asked him to take away the table to the right place. He couldn't put the legs properly. He was dragging me because he was unable to speak now. Smiling, dragging me to come and assist him. I didn't understand what he was doing because I'm not a speech therapist. It was when the mom came that she confirmed that that child also came downstairs and was dragging her to assist him keep the chairs rightly. If not before, these glasses are for no see them again. If for carry blow, slap everything, baptize me. But now, because some measures, some techniques have been applied differently, it has helped that boy sharpen his behavior of throwing tantrum, which is our own initial goal. You know, that was the key goal, one of the goals that we had, to modify that behavior of throwing tantrums, hitting. Like yesterday, he was unable to hit himself and bites himself and all of that. Instead, he was busy stamping his feet, you know, when he wants to express himself and all of that. So he has channeled that energy from myself, the mom, to himself, hitting the couch when he wants to express himself. And finally today, by stamping his feet. Are we doing something? Can you say there is an improvement? There is, because there was a technique, or there were techniques applied in the treatment plan. So now that you know that this is working for that child, what do you do? The next thing is to look out for something else that is a problem also, which is communication. He finds it hard to communicate. You may start by looking for gestures, like flashcards that has gestures on it, or that have gestures on it rather. You know, I want to eat, I am angry, all those things. He may flash it and show you. That's his own way of what? Expression. So these are the things you need to know when you want to modify someone's behavior. At least I'm glad that the mom could smile and tell me that he hit me a little and not always. That means it's working. So it's all about trying to change. That's the focus there. To change maladaptive behaviors to what? Something suitable. With what? Some techniques. Then what are the techniques that we use? We have the types of behavioral therapy techniques. We have the ABA, the one we call Applied Behavior Analysis. Applied Behavior Analysis. So what do we see in this one is just the ability, this particular ABA, which is actually the one they use for autistic children. You know, when you want to treat them, it's what you can use, it's what you will apply to assist them. So it focuses on breaking down complex behaviors into smaller parts and reinforcing desired behavior. Complex behavior, like you want the child to communicate, you want the child to talk to you. What do? You won't start teaching him sign language because it's not your field. You first of all establish rapport where the child is. You make sure that you are in a good relationship with that child, and that child will be able to communicate in his own way. Do you understand? When the child tries to communicate, you introduce so many things, breaking it down to understand that child's strength and the child's weaknesses. Like that particular child I'm talking about, and I always talk about, that boy, I know initially, during the initial assessment, the mom was telling me that the boy doesn't have a particular cartoon character he loves. He doesn't like toys. But that didn't stop me from using the toys that they have at home to try him. The flashcards, the puzzles, the umpire, whatever that he has. For the first time, I saw that guy, good morning, I saw the young boy playing with that particular toy. He was overly excited seeing that toy, but the mom said he doesn't have any special toy. Okay, cartoon character, PJ Masks. As soon as I mentioned PJ Masks, he was so happy. He started smiling. Dun, 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 dun. He was jumping, you know. Into the night we spend the day. I was using his hand. PJ Masks, PJ Masks. He will smile. And I discovered that could be used as his own calming technique. Do you understand? And I noticed also throughout the session, he was calm. He was just playing. He didn't have room to hit anybody or even do any funny thing. He would just look at me and he would start smiling unnecessarily. And the mom was happy. At least when they pay you money, you know what they pay you for. You are seeing results. Not tomorrow, that person is complaining. You must improvise, look out for different techniques, different measures. And when the child does something right, what do? High five. Good job. And when you are doing that thing, clap for yourself. You think that boy that doesn't talk will not say it. Ha, 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 ha. That's his own way of expression. He is happy, you are happy. You are doing your work very well. So all of these things, they're all centered on that person's behavior, that child's behavior. You break those things down. What you want that child to achieve, what you also want to achieve is broken down. We didn't get to this point today. I think yesterday's session was the 9th session held with that son of that woman. So it's to tell you that we didn't get to this point automatically. We had to follow the applied behavior analysis just to break those measures down, then possibly getting the child reinforced when he gets things done rightly. Then we have the cognitive behavioral therapy, which is the one we are meant to study today. And it helps the individual. What it does, when you hear the words, or the word CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, it shows you that cognition, the cognitive, your mind, your brain, what is telling you, what is being interpreted, then the behavior, you know, the two of them, they go together. I know most of us here are not psychologists, and you may not be able to understand what we are saying. You know, something comes into your mind. The next thing, there is what? An action. If you're in your house, everywhere is quiet, and one still voice tells you that there is a snake in your room. You know, at times, people feel that way. You perceive something, they will tell you the snake, they smell, and they perceive snake. People have that gift, they will tell you. Then when you hear one sound, maybe rain won't fall, tree where they're close to your house, don't touch your zinc or your roof. Wait till you go come here. What will you do? You start shining your polo eye, thinking that it's a snake, true. You will jump up. Your curtain is moving. You are scared. Scared of what? Do we understand? So anything that happens around you, it starts from your cognition, your mind. Then what happens next? There is a behavior that follows suit. People that have some mental health challenges, it started with ordinary depression, as ordinary as it may look like. You are angry. Angry over what? Your husband leaves you, they pursue woman. And without you, without him, your life is a goner. You get? Or you have a son, that your son has decided to join Yahoo people. And you are killing yourself so hard that you don't sleep at night because of your son. Your mind may not tell you that. This thing you are doing, you are harming yourself. Because how it starts is this. You may not be able to catch sleep. You may have insomnia, that you find it difficult to sleep very well at night. And when it comes, your son go there behind they sleep. You are there, getting yourself worked up for nothing. If you die tomorrow, that your son will carry your picture and call his Yahoo friends to give him money. He'll be dancing more than anything, mourning you. Whereas you don't go. So your mind, when it starts going that negative, when you start having the cognitive distortions where you reason in a very negative light, before you know, it will graduate to you as a person hallucinating, seeing things that are not real, believing in things that are not just there. Your husband is coming close to you. The next thing, now that man, I see him for my dream. I see him enter, open door, like that woman told me last week. As he entered the room, it's a clear indication that he's the one killing me. So he did for dream, husband opened door. Your mind did not even tell you that he may have said, okay, he opened the door to give you money. Why is it that the mind, when you have distortions, is always the negative ones that is always there around you? And why is it also that anytime we go to some churches, all these mushroom churches, they know what you know. They want to tell you what you want to hear. When you go there, madam, they see one man. What's in the name? Why you don't know the name? Why they ask me? As you be all knowing, why is it that you don't know the person's name, but you are seeing a man? You waiting be in name. Because when you reply that way, they will say you are possessed. So what will you do out of here? Yes, Papa. Yes, Papa. Papa, now read the hello. Yes, Papa. You are paparing up and down. Because he knows that he has gotten you. He can tell you anything. And what they tell you is just negative prophecy. They can never give you something positive. Thereby locking your mind in a cage that you will never leave except you gain insight again. So CBT, what does it do? It helps you correct the negative ideas you have, transforming it to the positive ones. Do you understand? Changing that your negative idea to a positive one, thereby modifying your behavior in that regard. A typical example is this. When somebody comes to you and says, I don't sleep well at night because I always see my grandfather. He comes always to me telling me that I will die next week. For that reason, I'm always scared. I don't sleep well. I cannot function effectively. I'm not passionate about things, around me that I once loved and all of that. What you do, we have what we call thought stopping. When the negative thought comes, what do? You stop the thoughts from talking by countering those thoughts. My grandfather, when they come, they appear to me, they tell me, say, I go die next week. Where are you from? He never died in own since. Do you get? You challenge the thoughts. And by the time you challenge those negative thoughts, there is no how you hear them again. It's because you're paying attention to those thoughts. That's why they keep coming. Because you are their regular customers. They will come, they will tell you one or two. As she's sitting next to him, your mind will tell you, this one, she's crossing her hand. She's putting her hand like this. She dey think charm where she won't put on top of my pen. You see people reason that way. And because you are saying you are rational, you are insightful, you will laugh over whatever thing that person says to you. Because you know it's wrong. Is it not so? Can somebody cite an instance of what people say? Then you know that they don't decode. They want to kill me. Beautiful. Then set camera everywhere. Then they monitor me. We hear that a lot. They are monitoring me. They don't set gadgets everywhere. And I'm very careful. I don't want anybody to near me. Who be the person? Where then they? Which color? Or kidnappers, they are everywhere. My father, they carry my father's face, they pursue me. And you are running when nobody is chasing you. Excuse you? So what's the essence of CBT? It simply helps you to identify and change negative thought patterns and behaviors. You identify those negative thought patterns. If you don't know them, you'll be able to challenge them. What are the things you always think about? I don't get money today. That means I won't have money tomorrow. I don't have a job today. That means if I finish this master's, I go just relax. Who told you? Do we understand? So that's what CBT does. And we have the dialectical behavior therapy. Dialectical behavior therapy, which emphasizes on your mindfulness and emotional regulation and coping skills. Do you understand? This dialectical behavior therapy, what it does is it helps you to introspect. You know what we mean by introspection? I said it here in our last class. Introspection is your ability to think deeply. Like Father will say in Lenten period, sober reflection. Introspection is deeper than sober reflection. It's the naked truth you tell yourself. Do we understand? So what this one does is that it helps you, it emphasizes on an individual's ability to be mindful. Being mindful of your behavior, your ability to regulate your emotions, and also cope effectively. Do we understand? Is it making sense? Okay, let me cite an instance. I know I'm not meant to use this illustration. Somebody told me something about what a family member, my in-law, said about me. It was just their normal gossip thing. You know, when you don't look at anybody's face, you run your own race, you help yourself, develop yourself, you are not bowing, you are not doing this, you are not licking their bum bum. They see you as maybe, exactly, ma. You dey show yourself. Say if not be say, I know say she no fit afford BBL. I for talk say she go do BBL. You know that narrative just to dent your image. So I think yesterday somebody told me what one of them said that was kind of funny. Me, I've been the date my former pastor will come off from my church. So when the young man said it, I started laughing. I didn't say what I just laughed and laughed out loud. I said, wow, that's interesting. So that means I get the capacity of dating a pastor. Do you understand? Yeah, I don't understand. I don't grow. I was like, why are you sounding like this? Now, what do you want to make I talk? But I know if na me before, Allah, you see that matter? I go dig am. Igbo people say, I got perea. We go dig am well. But I just laughed away. The woman was like, are you okay? I just told you what he said. I said, he used my mouth, they talk. He's entitled to his opinion. What be that one now? That means I'm growing. Come on. You know what it be to date man of God? You know what it be? Hey, Father Lord, I was so happy. You man said, are you okay? Are you normal? Like you are okay. I said, it's not easy now. Your own wife will not fit date man of God. Make me a date man of God. You know, that was how the matter ended. Why did I end it that way? I didn't want that woman to talk further. You weigh intel. What will be your own contribution for the talk? Do you understand? Because somebody cannot just sit down and be telling you stuff about your sister-in-law without you contributing. Because if that environment is not friendly enough, he won't be able to spill out the nonsense he has inside his mouth. Do you get? So, what is that? Una no set and well. Una no set and well. Una no set and well. You see? Is it rotating? It's rotating. You could not set it well now. So first see this side so that I won't get to them. Make me asleep this sleep. So, looking at this dialectical behavior therapy, what can it help you achieve? It will help you to regulate your emotions yourself. You get person where for be. If na my old me, when I never sabi something, what I sabi now, I for take the matter up. But one thing I may have failed to understand is that you taking the matter up, now what do you do? Why are you trying to defend yourself? Since it's not what you've done, keep quiet and move on. People must talk. Even Tinubu, as everybody they pray, make him die, he don't die. Weak self, and nothing go do them. Then go there here ruler, even 2027. Shebi weak saying go, he go support Tinubu. In Papa, I know now. So even as we are praying for them to die, nothing will happen to them. Because now you get your mouth. God has not spoken. God never carry megaphone, come up there, say, Wike, Muna no favor him. Anybody when near Wike go die. No. For the fact that nobody has access to your life, except you permit that individual, you now realize the fact that this particular dialectical behavior therapy, what it does is it helps you become mindful of your actions and your behavior. If I do this now, What will I gain from it? Laughing that woman to scorn yesterday was my own way of chasing her away, making her know that whatever thing people say about me is inconsequential. I don't care. Now you get your mouth. I go to sleep my sleep, you dey get BP for my matter. Eh? Tomorrow, if I gouge like this, come out. In fact, you get one dress code, one knack. On Sunday, I go snap and send her. Eh? Send to Blessing, send to everybody here. Eh? Now, no, mama, now you be overrun. Now. After you, now you. If I snap and send, this one are the one where you go people they call us Sunday or wind. Did they hear? Eh? That is to tell you that pepper them, my sister. Pepper them. People must talk. If they don't talk, that means you are not growing. You are not important. You are not adding value to anybody's life. Everywhere. People must talk. That simply means you are doing so well. You see how daft somebody can be. You don't see anybody now, man of God, where if he talks to so that what will happen now? What will happen? So it's their own. I don't know the one you are facing. I don't know how it's like, but whatever it is, just be mindful of the fact that this dialectical behavior theory is talking about you being mindful of your actions, regulating your emotions, knowing how to cope. You cope very well, your coping skills, your ability to manage it well. If you are this type that is easily depressed over anything, what will you do? You look out for things that will make you happy, that will keep you going. If it's just your friend's company, you can just call someone on phone. You are gisting. The life they move toilet. Is that okay? So these are the behavioral theories that we have. Then what are the techniques we can apply? We have the reinforcement. That's the positive reinforcement, which we learned in our last contact. That's the ability for one to reward desired behaviors just to increase their frequency. Why do you reward desired behaviors? For that person to do what? Continue. That is why you say words like, well done, class, go. Well done. Meaning it's something you are approving. It's something commendable that one can engage in. So when you hear words like, well done, good job, you know, excellent, is more or less like seen as what? Positive reinforcement. We have the extinction as the second technique, extinction. And this one is just the act of ignoring or withholding reinforcement for undesired behavior. The extinction there is your ability to ignore or withhold reinforcement for undesired behavior. Like when somebody does something wrongly, you don't give the person thumbs up. What do? You can say things like, no, you didn't get it right. Or yeah, do it this way. But you can't tell the person, no, you failed it, you copy this. No. Extinction, you withhold that appraisal, you withhold that positive reinforcement that you would have given to that person, you know, for not getting that thing right. Then we also have the shaping. We know what shaping is, which is gradually building complex behaviors through reinforcement of smaller steps. You want to shape a child that doesn't know how to dress up, a child that doesn't know how to pee, toilet training. What do? You first teach the child to say, I want to pee, I want to wee, before you now introduce another measure of what? Teaching the child how to remove her pants or her pampers before using the restroom. The next one, you teach the child how to manage herself or go to the restroom to pee and flush, which is the next step. And what again? You dress up, wash your hands thoroughly. And as they are doing these things in bits, what do? You clap for them, you give them thumbs up. You can even give a hug. If now your pikin, not the another person, oh no. Before they go say you don't molest person pikin. Then we have the other one there, the modeling. That is demonstrating desired behavior for individuals to learn. Like we have people we once called our role models, even in lecturing. But the one I saw as my mentor then, that like my model, the man is late. He died last year, be last 2 years. The wife come follow and go die. I said, this life where they sweet like shawarma. We go, they die like that. But his own was he ignored. Upon his level of exposure, he was unable to manage his health challenges that he had. He was categorizing, and he was even saying that what we are taking as drugs are chalk. That he didn't know when he was taking his agbo on a regular basis. He didn't know when he developed kidney and liver problem, that he packed up just like that, unannounced. Then the wife, being that, Oga, they feed me, Oga na my savior, Oga na my all in all, she couldn't bear it. She also died and made the children orphans. So these are the things. When you model someone, when you see someone as your role model, you try to do what? Behave like that individual. Then where do we apply this behavioral therapy or behavior therapy? We apply that where we have people down with anxiety and depression. We have substance use too, addiction. We have autism spectrum disorder, like I mentioned, and ADHD. You know, we can apply these measures where we have these individuals. So why do we apply these measures? It's just to improve one's behavior, increase coping skills, enhance quality of life. Because once we apply all those things, the individual is able to do what? Cope effectively. Then we'll look at the second point there, which is what? Classical and operant conditioning. We learned that in our last class. So classical and operant conditioning in this regard are two fundamentals. They are concepts. Operant conditioning. There are two aspects in psychology that we cannot, when you mention psychology, you must mention classical and operant conditioning. You know, they just help us to explain how behavior is learned and modified. That is what it does for us. How behavior is learned and also how it's being modified. Then for that operant conditioning, we have the proponent as B.F. Skinner. And it's a learning process. It's a learning process. I know in psychology those days, there's this course we call learning process. They teach about this operant and classical conditioning, you know. So it's under that learning process as a course that we learn all of those things. So we see there that it's a learning process where behavior is modified by its consequences, such as rewards and punishments. So that is how that one works. Then when you talk about the reinforcement there, it's all about the increase in the frequency of the behavior. Do you understand? When you hear reinforcement, why do you apply reinforcement? It's just to increase the frequency of the behavior exhibited. Then when you hear punishment, it's to do what? Decrease the frequency. Then extinction is the absence of reinforcement. That's to remove the removal of that reinforcement, leading to a decrease in that behavior. That's what it's telling us. Then this classical conditioning, where can you apply it? You will discover that it can be applied where you have phobias and anxiety disorders. You know, people have phobias. I don't know your phobia. My own phobia na heights. Huh? And close me, I feed it there 2 days. No, me, I feed it there like this. Now my dark room, enclosed place. I feel sit down there now when I go get them away, people where they hide, they get. You don't like dark places. Enclosed. I go feed that here. Now your mindset, now they play that one. Mama, which one where be your own phobia? Height too. Okay, they are school. Okay. I've forgotten your name. Ella. Lillian, Auntie Lillian, which one be your own? You don't get phobia. You don't know your own. Donkey, which one be your own? Now, woman be your own phobia. Talk now. Scared of what? Drugs. Gone. Gone. Even like saying a village people have shoots. Uncle John, which one is your phobia? In get as in the diao. Deceit. Okay, because people don't betray you well. Yeah. Okay. So you don't like having anything to do with people that betray. Baba Chika. Ocean. That one another phobia where I get. I swear. I hate water. Sadi, which one be your own? Money. Phobia for money, not having money. Hey, being broke. This one hits me. Sir, which one be your own phobia? No thanks. You don't have. You are not being truthful. You have. Okay, stage again. What again? Seeing blood, yes. Sorry, ma. For needle. So be injected. Hey, Auntie Blessing, take notes. She has phobia for being injected. Height. You know, shout out, Mamo. Mamo, Mabia Biko. You have fever. You know, chew gum. Ah. Mama, which one be your own phobia? Auntie, yes, ma'am. One ask mommy. Stage, right? Okay. Oh. Your own phobia. Side corner. So you know, feed under kidnappers. Away. Okay. Oh. Your own. Tight places. All of now. What's in the title now? Okay. Oh. My friend, okay, tell me. Your own phobia. Husband beating wife. No. I just ask your own, man. Blood. Okay. Height. Okay. Stage, right? Okay, that's fine. Okay, let me share something that happened to me. I know it's funny, but let me share. I remember getting married to my husband. The very first time I saw a live snake in my life, now for my husband's house, our backyard, God forbid. And I didn't know I was pregnant. According to them, they say, now so the thing they be, you know. I don't know. God, I bind every spirit of welcoming. God forbid, not talk again. Funny enough, you know, as a growing child now, I'll be this quiet person, very, very quiet like this. But I can't grow, can't marry. Arab way they in me can't spring forth small. Because mom's in a quiet person. She will be 70 tomorrow. She said she'll be 70. So I'm happy, say she died alive for reach 70. So I know she now reserved woman. You see her, even till now with her curves, flat belly, everything. You know these nurses where they do, you know. Me, I be Arab, but though quiet. But my father, I don't know why I wear this clothes. So my dad, now this type will be a hair, as mama they do now. That's what my father did. If in there here, you know, saying they here. In bury herself, I don't know how we manage feed crowd wake come. My dad was very, he was over popular, so to speak, as a pastor self then. So as I got married to my husband, you know, people get we marry Korean man, strange land, I don't know anybody anywhere. I can't bring up the Arab in me because they don't they show me small. Now I say, nah, guy. Now Ogbe Fino, now where I grow. I got, you know, ginger. So that night, I don't forget that day, 28th of March, 2011. At night, I said, okay, maybe I left my clothes outside. Around 11 p.m., let me just go to the backyard and check if my clothes were still there. I look like this, I see snake. I say, Jesus. I looked at it. The thing no they move, but the eyes were still shining, very big. Oh. At night, 11. I couldn't shout. I couldn't do anything. I just hurriedly banged my kitchen door, ran to the sitting room. I was fidgeting like this. He said, hey, she don't start. Waiting happen. Why they act up? I started pointing. I said, snake, outside, snake. They got outside. They still met the snake there. They killed it. You know, from that place, they rushed me to the hospital. Seriously. As in the phobia, the anxiety, yes, it was much. That even inside the house, if I want to go pick something for kitchen, I go drag my husband. But funny enough, till I left that place, come did I say them blow whistle for all the snake where they that area? I can't say I'm steady. Yeah, seriously, even in my dreams, and when I see them, I they kill them. Yes. So with all those things, I remember the last one I saw in my kitchen. Very small, black. I was just trying to cook that morning. My children, they were still small then. They were playing in the kitchen. All of a sudden, they ran to the sitting room. My daughter now came back with the younger brother. Only for me to turn. I see small something where they climb, they go behind my freezer. I just smiled, I called them. We started dancing. They don't know why they dance. At the stage here, they dance. I had to lure them out of the kitchen. I entered my bedroom, called my husband. I said, oh, God, come. I don't see in village people. They don't dare here. Because those other people, they worship snake, you know. I be python or whatever. I say, on a village snake, I don't know. He came, they had to look for it and they killed it. Before now, I would just hide inside my bedroom. I will not come out, you know. But I came out, I was like, hey, now this one shake on, they do me this thing. I was just peeping. Because I've been exposed, what we call flooding, to my fears. I don't see I'm steady. Do you understand? Some of us here, when you see cockroach, you start flying. It will be forming chicha. Does it bite? Cockroach or not that? Do you get? You'll be like, okay, what of rats? What of gross rats, you know? That can even open your pot and take meat from your pot. The day my colleague told me that thing, I thought she was lying. Not until she brought the video. I was like, rats, why they open pots? They collect meat from person pot. Yes. This one not be then say, no be cartoon. Real life for, where is that place? This Ikwere Road side. I'm telling you. Yes, now that one there, if not be say I see him, I for not believe him. So all these things that we are talking about, I know when you see it for the very first time, you will experience phobia for it, fear of it. Like Doc said something about gun. You know, I know, like I said in this class, there was a time that we were pushing this Don Juan at that time, that he died, and people, all these called boys, that we are disturbing. People will run from the road and enter my compound. When the shooting was much, my daughter that time would tell me, Mommy, where are they shooting from? Mommy, take cover. She will dive before I dive. Small pikin. But she may not remember all of those things. But me, as an adult, I know then it wasn't funny. Any small noise, your mind go fly. That's why the fact that I schooled in a school where 2-2 was just, you know, an idea where they developed that one on the vision for different schools. They share them. That we became, I won't tell you. Okay, let me tell you, Enugu State University of Science and Technology. Yeah, ESUT. You know, to the point that when they are moving, when they are on the move, we know when they are moving. I remember even when I was running my master's, my belly long like this. I was trying to buy something at the canteen or something. 2 boys just walked past me. The way they were moving. And I said, nah, this year no they rest. After that comment, I started hearing gunshots. People were running. Big belly, where you want to go? I just walked past through, enter the canteen, go sit down. They gave me chair. I was here eating my food because I was used to gunshots then. Finally, they killed the boy before the younger sister that came for registration. I still went there. I saw the thing. Why can't they go my way? Because I'm used to it. Do you understand? But there are some that when it happens to them, the anxiety they will develop, not till they die, except you correct it. So behavior therapy is used to correct such. Do you understand? Maybe armed robbers, you saw them on your way to Ibadan, and they killed somebody before you. The next minute, you don't fear unnecessarily. Why would you be scared? These days, when person died, then go carry phone the video and che, see up on also Edu. Edu they here, now Edu don't die, yo. Che, see in leg, see in head, oh. Che. Wanna share gift to the people we get them. Human life just they like, you know, nothing currently. So it's a problem. Are you one of us? Welcome, sir. Okay, you're not one of us, huh? Oh, okay now. So who can tell us something on this, what we've discussed so far? Who can tell us something, what we've learned so far for now? We don't pay attention. Somebody just tell me, do you know why I'm doing this? Let it not look as if I'm the only one doing the talking. Even if we don't learn any other thing today, and we go home, we'll be able to do what? Understand even all these stories where they put in between the topic. Uncle John, I tell us something. Yes, sir. Okay. Okay. Beautiful. I clap for them now. You see this type, no sit down close to them for example. In the day since they talk. Don't be like saying, you know, they pay attention. But you are making sense, Sha. Thank you. So now I want us to talk about those maladaptive behaviors. where people they exhibit that possibly when you go to the field or somebody calls you, and let's say you be mental health practitioner. I have somebody in my family, we carry and they go prayer house since, and this person, every time they talk to himself, he go come they hit himself, he go come plan to kill himself, he'll be taking hard drugs, he'll be taking some substances that will kill him, yet he know they grief die, and he doesn't sleep at night, he talks too much, he does this. What will you do? Okay. Let me see.
Good morning, ma. Please, which course is this? So we are just joining. We thought it's 12 to 2, ma.
If I take you from when you were called concerning a child,
Okay.
the first thing you did was assessment. You did your own assessment, not just based on what you were told about the child. You did your own assessment so that you can come to your own understanding and get your own information of what is really wrong with the person before you decide the therapies to use. From all you said about that person, very sorry from insomnia and all that, now the person is now suicidal. That means the person there's depression. We also have substance abuse there, which most likely the person is
What do you call it? When you have depression and substance abuse, what comorbidity, right?
Yes.
That's why.
It's a combination of two issues. Now, you didn't just talk about those two. There's insomnia, now the person is suicidal too.
Okay.
Which is, so that suicidal tendency can be bettered from the depression the person is suffering from.
Okay, thank you. When a child or when somebody is suicidal, do you just allow the person go?
No.
Does that person, that individual, need urgent attention or not?
Yes, urgent.
So how do you help that person? If the person needs an urgent attention, how do you help the person?
I think an individual like that should be in an environment where the person is supervised, first and foremost, because the person should be admitted into.
Okay. What if the person doesn't have the facility, or maybe the environment the person is found doesn't really have, the person doesn't have access to healthcare? What will you do?
But the person has access to all those things that are suicidal, that can take his life.
That's what I'm telling you. For instance, we've been talking about multicultural,
yes,
mental, clinical, whatever. And we know that when you talk about multicultural, it has to do with different places, their concepts, their beliefs, their values, their religion, everything, their ways of life. We have all those things. And some of them don't believe in going to the hospital. That is one. Two, the ones that believe in going to the hospital for help, they don't have it. Like if you go to Ahoda now, do they have a mental health facility? Or even in the rural areas, they don't have access to that. And you have someone that wants to commit suicide. You are saying you rush the person to Rumibo. No, now, or UPT a chair. You cancel. How you want to cancel them? Person where in mind don't they made up. Child, I pity una. Una never see clients where they manipulative. I'm telling you, under your nose, they will still go and take their lives. Many will tell you that I tried taking my life severally. I still wake up alive. I don't know why I'm still alive. Okay? That is it now. Research has proven it. So now, when somebody is suicidal, even here, as all of us are seated, at some point in our lives, Again, when we say, nah, if you die, man die. You say that's suicidal ideation, suicidal thoughts. Once it's just like this CBT thing that we are talking about. Once your mind tells you that nothing is worth living for, that means you are becoming suicidal. It starts by you first. You don't have interest in what you used to have interest in. You hear some telling you that they'll tell you that before now I love singing, or maybe I love shopping or socializing, attending functions. All of a sudden, this your friend will be party person will tell you, I don't want to go out, I just want to stay. The person does that for 3 months, and you feel that person is normal. Check it out. I've even taught my children, even in class, look out for your friends that are always sad. Don't keep quiet. When I was in school, during my first degree days, my younger brother told me that he had a roommate. No, next room. The room next to his own. One boy there in that room. Each time he would pass that boy, the boy would be calm. But he wasn't like that. You know? He would just be staring at you. He will not talk. He will just greet you and he'll be like, calm. One of the days, we were in the class, we were in school then, we heard that somebody fell from the last floor. He ended his life. And that day he ended his life, his friends, they were passing, oh boy, we'll come class. He said, be going, I'm coming. Let me shower. I will soon join you. As soon as they left, this boy fell from a height, from that last floor. Now, so he take that. Ask me why he died. Ask me now, not even girl. Ask me why the boy died. That he was unable to buy handouts. So that one, he reached for person to end in life. No, wait now. On a normal setting, you have all it takes. You know, reach, but because his mind already, he had so many negative thoughts. Poverty. God, I beg. I reject poverty. That thing has a way of compressing your mindset like this. Squeeze them. No, seriously. Poverty mentality is a very bad thing. When somebody is progressing, when somebody buys a car, you be like, you know what he do before him buy car. Now, so they start. You know what he do? They happy saying buy car. This one, I know. When no fear amount to anything. You know what he don't do when making buy car? You just say no steal them. This year where she carry now, I can't afford it. See him. He don't plan like saying sabi something. You know whether in thief from his sister dedication where he go. If he afford wig. I'm telling you, they can do anything. And when the situation, like you said, there must be an urgent counseling and referral. Do you understand? That person, they're supposed to give a wando. You know the one where they call wando? Inject them. Sedate them, make him feel sleep well, so that his mind go day small. Okay?
So when I went in back to check the person that took me there, the next day, they were like, the woman was coming out, somebody came to visit her, thank God he don't recover. Then stories were like, waiting make Queen Boy even taking life safe, something like that. I was like, suicide case. Stylishly, I was just asking the nurses there, so they now directed me to where the boy is. And I was communicating. I said, why do you want to take his life? He said he's tired of their house. That was what came out of his mouth. That he has been telling his parents that he's tired of the environment and he need to leave to go and stay with his elder brother. There are a lot of things that just been happening within that neighborhood that he's not comfortable with. And I said, okay. So I quickly reached out to the mom that, can we see outside? I said, what is the problem? He said she has been trying everything. Is now just started, is it 100 level in NGU student, and of recent they don't know what he's doing. But me, I knew there are certain things he told me. I knew he's also into Yahoo stuff, the boy. But that is confidential for his parents. So I now said, but has he been telling you guys that he's tired of it? I said, yes, he's tired. And I said, okay, fine. If he's telling you that, telling you that I want to go and stay with his elder brother, then you guys have to do, because that is what he told me. So the mom, now the elder brother is not even working well, not doing it. I said, see, for you guys to sustain your child, moving from that environment and taking to his brother, fine, it's still your children now. Be sending them money or feeding, let them, provided they are within that very environment, but another location, you'll be sending. So that is I collected his number to follow up. But the mistake I made was I didn't collect the mom's own.
Okay.
So after like sometime I called him some days ago. I called him. We are communicating about network. Later, I thought he sent me that he will call me back. But I know it's a way of him trying to but I didn't collect his mom's number to know what is ongoing.
To follow, but you were able to make an input.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Because you need to assist, as the case may be, in your own little capacity. You've done so well. You get somewhere you go be, then go waka come on, say, hi, this life, Sha. Well, you did well. Okay, dear.
Ma, I want to ask the person that is depressed, the case of committing suicide, then can we see it from the, I don't have a loud voice now. I can't shout.
People should pardon her.
I can't shout.
I like it when she talks this way. It's not good to shout. I continue there.
So, can we also look at it from the existential theory?
Okay.
Yeah, the person that is having a depression, can we also see it from the existential depression angle? Maybe instead of a behavioral, can it be seen that way too?
Okay, thank you. Looking at it in the behavioral aspect helps you get the desired result fast. Do you understand? That is why it's been recommended that we apply that when you have those things on ground, like committing suicide, the thoughts, like Mr. John said, that CBT is just your mind telling you one crazy stuff. And the next thing, you are acting out. I'm tired of this life. What will make you tired? Okay, like that boy's case. Something is happening or things are happening around me. I want to stay with my brother. Is it enough reason for you to commit suicide? But because the guy has an overload of so many emotional issues that he has been unable to regulate, that's the more reason why he's feeling overwhelmed. And somehow, he feels like taking his life, or he attempted taking his life. I know, like I was saying, there are times we feel like ending it. Even as married women, as married men, as people where they find money, they do business and scam you the first one, scam you second one, third one, fourth one. You go enter road, go sit down for main road now. Wanna kill me, man, die. When you are doing all of those things, you don't know what you are doing. You're just trying to be expressive, but in the wrong way. Do we understand? Yes. CBT, in the sense that it's a negative impression, negative perception, negative cognition. You need to correct it. You wanted to take your life over what? And the person explains to you. What are you trying to do to identify the reason, the key reason why the person wants to take his life or her life? Then now that you've identified it, okay, you said it's because of so and so that you want to end your life. Assuming it's a girl that wants to end her life. A boy abandoned me and married my best friend. And because of that, I want to end it. Ending it, is it the best? How long have you known this your boyfriend? The person will state. As a growing child, was the guy in the picture? She will say no. What are you trying to do? The guy has never been in the picture as a growing child. And your family members, they've been offending you. You've never thought of committing suicide. Is it not so? Why now? For a total stranger that you don't know. It's not good enough for you. Don't you think so? Or do you think it's good enough for you? If you are meant to be, when you are telling that person, because that is what that person is longing to hear from you, you will see that person will receive small strength and sense. It may not be automatic, it may not be immediate, but it may make sense. Like I told you people, I think one certain time about a boy that lost his father. He was crying, that he would kill himself for this one, that one. Around 2 a.m., I didn't know what to say. I ran out of things to tell the boy. The only thing that came to mind was I called him, I said, Precious, I'm sorry your father passed, but don't do something that will make you live your life on drugs. Is that okay? Do you want to be hypertensive on drugs? Do you want to turn to be a hypertensive patient? Or maybe your father died of asthma. You want to have some crisis or episodes of asthmatic attack. You want to do this. I started mentioning. I said, oh boy, hold yourself. Today go break. I go come see you. He said, Mama, as I said that thing, it clicked immediately. Even as he stayed for a long time, there was no money to bury the father, blah, blah, blah. For more than a year, they couldn't bury their father. They kept him in the morgue there. So he would come and say, Mama, that one way you tell me that time, he worked for me, and they owe you. But this time, now money to bury my popsy. I told him, I said, I'm not a pastor. I'm not a prophetess. I don't have a ministry. But one thing I know is that something that has a beginning has an end. Do you understand? That the way you bury your father, you will not even tell. You go cross your hand like this, they look. They ask yourself, say, na me be this. And that was how it played out. All of a sudden, people from nowhere, oh boy, you never bury your father. Na money, drop land. We go bury your father for you. And that was how he was able to bury his dad, built a house that he never in his life believed he could build. You understand? So people, most times, they need your assistance in that regard. So as to enable them live right. You know, when they lose it, they may not be able to communicate with you. They like it in their own little space, in their world, and they may not like to share. Yours is to do what? Encourage them to share. Is that okay?
Hello. Hello.
Question.
Okay.
We're talking about suicide that has become a menace in our system today.
Okay.
The 21st century. So we've not had, we can say that we've not had this frequency of suicide cases as we had many years ago. Could it be because of the poor problem-solving skills we teach our children? Because if the child has to throw a tantrum to get what he or she wants,
Okay.
at a point where they are faced with some sort of overwhelming situation, they feel you have to come to their rescue. So in order to get your attention, they throw that bubble, around them. Could it be because they were poorly taught how to manage their emotions and poorly taught how to manage situations? Could that be the reason why we are having the Gen Z generations bringing up suicidal ideations as a solution to their problem? I have a relative who from time to time falls into depression. He's doing well financially. He's, doing well. He's a sound engineer, doing very well. But from time to time, he falls into depression. And I query his training. Because whilst he was younger, I could see that certain things slide, He could do something and they just let it slide. They don't really caution him like...
Is he the only child?
No, it's not. But he was, they expected him for so long before he came in. Okay. But he's not the only child. He has a brother now. So could it be because of the poor parental training, in problem-solving skills that leads to the increase in suicide?
It can serve as your project topic. Yes. It's a good one, though. You can pay it. Parenting styles.
Let me write.
Parenting styles. Okay, this is Mh Lectures.
Yes.
Parenting styles. You can write any other factor that you feel can cause it. Let's say, which one is better? Which one? Huh?
I did the teenage pregnancy and superlactation among
which one is your dependent variable? Okay, that's one independent variable and one dependent. So, but now you are doing your master's. It's not meant to be one. It's meant to be two or more independent variables than one dependent variable. No, this one I'm putting it to her. You've mentioned parenting styles. Eh? You can state the one, maybe 2 levels, then one other factor on suicidal ideation among whoever, maybe adolescents or married women or what.
Among
the youths.
Because
of where? Of where? So it's just, this question you asked, why I asked you to do it that way, it will help you research more.